Hello and welcome to a challenging tree cutting job. My job is to remove this silver willow from here. And this silver willow on the other side of the house. Both of the trees are trapped and there is no way of felling them directly. You could always climb them and slide the limbs down. But you know me, I don't have the time or patience for that. So I called BR boys to help me with their huge loader crane truck. The crane has a reach of 36 meters and can lift hundreds of kilos with that reach. The crane is quite handy because we have no height restrictions to worry about. The loader crane is equipped with a hydraulic grapple saw that can grab the limbs, cut them into pieces and bring the pieces safely down. Please pay attention to how the crane reacts when cutting the heavier limbs from the top. And before you ask, of course, the crane has a price tag. Keep watching and I'll reveal the price in the end so you know what we got for that money. Here's the grapple in action. It's hanging from the boom and can rotate 360 degrees and tilt towards the limb. The limb is touching the roof, which is one of the reasons why it needs to be removed. This is the operator using a wireless remote control to operate the crane and the grapple. What do you think about this reach? Is it worth climbing when you have this kind of crane available? It is a huge boom, but with exact control and smooth movement. To the next one. This limb was already torn down. Let's see how the crane handles this one. Nice. It just ripped it effortlessly off, like a bandage. The rotating head also helps to avoid obstacles and make a symmetrical pile. Here's the rip. The healthy uncut bark is very strong. It's time to cut a bigger limb down. Comment below, would you cut these heavy limbs when climbing? The branches were a bit stuck, but the crane was able to handle it with just brute force. Look at that. That is huge. Here you can see the saw in action. It's blue, making it easy to see. The limb looked small at first glance, but it wasn't. Time to cut a bit of the trunk off. Looked effortless. Looks quite heavy. Seems to be light for the crane. The crane can penetrate the foliage quite easily, thanks to its reach and the grapple's well-protected hydraulic system. With that, the operator can work freely without needing to clear his path to the trunk. Another big one going down. Nice. The branches appear very small because we can see the weight affecting the grab. But looking from another angle, this wasn't small and light limb at all. Putting it down like a matchstick. Here you can see the operator moving to another side of the tree to get a better view. One of the perks of the wireless controller. In theory, we could use my drone's video to cut as well. That was quick. It takes longer to bring the wood down than to cut it. The next looks like a small one. But it wasn't. I'm amazed by the power of the crane. The pile is getting quite big already. Okay, time to cut the crown. It is split into two, so it needs to be taken down in parts as well. Please comment on how you would cut this crown down. The drone footage makes the crown look light, but this angle reveals again the actual size of the limbs. Not so small and light at all. The crane is going after the rest of the crown. Pay attention to the sawing. Yes, the saw didn't penetrate fully, and the crane had to rip the wood off. That created a significant amount of momentum, which made the crane jump when released. The operator got the swing under control fast. This also provides a good demonstration of why cranes use stabilizers when lifting. Here you can see the rip from the previous cut. It's time to attack the next part of the crown. There we go. The crown came down in two huge pieces. Next, cut the large hanging limb over the house. How would you rig that down with ropes? Now, without the foliage in our way, we can see more clearly the grapple's movement and cutting. For some reason, the blade didn't cut the bar through. Any ideas why? Looks once again very heavy. The healthy bark is very strong. Lovely bounce. You can see the bounce moving the whole truck. And that is the reason why. The operator is going to cut the part of the trunk next. The diameter and weight of the trunks are increasing. Here, the diameter from another angle. Next is that big branch. The rotator can be used to pull the limb apart. The branch is the size of a tree. This next branch holds a surprise. Look carefully. Yes, I paid the price of the beautiful angle, but I recovered. Here's where we are at now. No branches left, only the trunk. What do you think that piece of trunk weighs? Here the same from another angle. The trunk is short enough. Grapple will hold it. And I'll cut it. Timber, here we go. Time to lift it off to the pile. I need to finish the holding wood first. See what happens next. The trunk slipped the first time. Did you see why? Lovely log, an easy piece for the crane. What do you think? Was this a fast or slow method to take a tree down safely? As I promised, there's another tree on the other side of the house. Please give us a moment to move the truck to the other side. Simsalabim, here we are. Here you can see the reach well. The crane is not currently on the top of the house, but it could be positioned there if necessary. Here is a lovely aerial view of the tree and the dimensions. The operator has already started to cut the lower branches. Here's a great view of the penetration capability. Once again, the camera fooled me. That's the size of a small tree. Do you have the same issue with the trees looking like a stick? The crane is almost like dancing with the big branch. The path from the tree to the pile is much narrower on this side, which is why the crane has to be more precise. The crane is carefully seeking the next limb to be cut down. Let's see which one. What? It was able to take 1/4 of the side foliage. Impressive. Nice view of the crane arm. We'll see the agile movement of the grapple and the sawing in a short moment. It looks pretty easy. Now you'll see the grapple's crushing power. There we go. 3 tops at once. On this next one, the operator needs to put the grapple between the 2 trunks to cut. Quite a heavy log. It's time to cut the top. Or rip it. We continue with the crown, now the second branch. There are many branches. Then the final branch of the crown. Now there's plenty of space and visibility to trim the branches over the house. Their cutters will be grateful after these are removed. Do you see what I'm doing wrong here? I'm the one with the yellow shirt. Most of the limbs are cut off now. It's time to cut the trunks. What do you think about the size of the logs? Okay, it's my turn to cut down the remaining trunks. Here we go. 2 trapped trees removed safely, without damage to property or people. Everything was done in under 2 hours. The customer was satisfied with our piling of the cut wood. He'll continue from there and turn the wood into firewood later. The crane cost me 140 euros per hour, so the total cost was around 500. How much would it cost to remove 2 trees that are leaning over where you are watching this video? I bet you are interested in watching more crane-assisted tree removal. Here's a video where we mixed climbing with lifting the trunk with an even bigger crane. Enjoy the video and stay safe out there.